Top 5 mistakes I made, as a rookie drop shipper, and mistakes which costed me over $10,000 in profit, which I would have had if I wouldn't have made those mistakes. Hey guys, it's Slack here, and in this video, we'll be going over the top 5 mistakes which I made as a beginner. So let's not waste any more time and let's quickly get into them. Number 5, not knowing Facebook ad policies well enough. Very common mistake we make all as a beginner dropshipper, that we're not fully aware of what Facebook ad policies are. As someone with no sort of background experience in social media marketing, running Facebook ad was a brand new experience for me altogether. I wasn't aware of what was allowed in terms of advertising on Facebook. So what I mean by that is I had some ads running which would instantly get disabled, and which would lead to ad account bans, even business managers ban once in a while. So this was something which I truly struggled with, and something that led to a lot of headaches and unnecessary problems in the long term. So that's something which I believe, if I would have known my Facebook ad policies, and something which, if I would have gone through the Facebook blueprint, which is available for free for all the advertisers on Facebook, that would have allowed me to basically overcome that sort of a mistake. Number 4, product selection. So this is a mistake which we all make when we are first starting out into drop shipping, as we don't really know what sort of products to sell and what sort of products are actually trending at the moment. So this is a very common rookie mistake, but some mistake if you can really avoid from learning from our experiences or my experience, it can actually save you a lot of money. So I actually started off with selling products which were too saturated. So when so what saturated basically means, so there were around over 250 stores that was selling a similar product, and I basically started off selling a same product as well. So the problem that comes with selling an oversaturated product is that the audience on Facebook, as all the dropshippers use Facebook and Instagram as a primary source of advertising. So audience was already exhausted with the same sort of a video ad and same sort of product coming onto their feeds on a regular basis. So my product didn't really stand out compared to all the previous other dropshippers who were selling the same product. And this also led to the fact the other dropshippers had been selling that product for a while, so they had all the data and lookalike audiences in their favor, which basically allowed them to have an upper edge when it came to Facebook bidding and basically getting those good results. Number 3, this was a mistake which once I think about it even today, I literally laugh at myself for making such a basic mistake, which was the fact I didn't really do good profit calculation throughout my dropshipping journey at the start. So what I basically mean is once you're starting off with dropshipping, and once you start getting your sales and all those touching notifications on your phone, you basically tend to believe that or you feel like you're a baller. And what we don't really understand is that the sales which are coming in, that is just your pure revenue. That isn't the money you will be taking in home. So in my case, for the first few months of my drop shipping, when I had started to gain some sort of a momentum, I didn't really know what sort of profit I was making. And if I now think about it, it was the most easiest way to fix this problem was downloading this app on your Shopify store called Order Metrics, which basically gives you all day-to-day. It's a bookkeeping application which tells you how much profit you're making on a day-to-day basis. I think I was making a lot of money, but in reality, I was only making 10% of my my revenue as my profit. So after a while, once I started to see that my bank account wasn't increasing as much as I expected, I basically got shocked. I'm like, what is happening? So on that specific day, I got into bookkeeping, and I basically I discovered that this was one of the things. So this is a very easy and simple mistake which all of you can avoid. Then guys, make sure you have proper bookkeeping in place from the start of your dropshipping journey. The second biggest mistake which I could have avoided and which costed me a lot of money was the fact I used Aliexpress suppliers still while scaling. So this is a very common mistake which is quite common amongst beginners, is the fact when they start gaining some traction and when they start getting some orders, and when they start scaling with Facebook ads, they still end up using their Aliexpress suppliers to basically fulfill their orders. And this is something which can be easily be avoided by contacting a private supplier through in China, which provides a far better service, because Aliexpress suppliers, as I can tell you, when you guys are scaling, are very unreliable because of the fact there's no proper sort of communication with them, and there's no sort of personal relationship. So the problem I had was the fact when I was getting over 20-25 orders, my supplier had actually stopped supplying my products. So I had paid him for all the orders, but he had actually run out of all the stocks back in his warehouse in China. Therefore, he couldn't fulfill them. So he kept on updating, tracking numbers which were basically fake. So that, and he didn't communicate that with me, obviously. So because we didn't have that some sort of a personal relationship, this actually led to lots and lots of delivery delays for my orders, and delivery of over 60 days. So which I ended up having to refund all those orders, and I basically lost money on the products as well as, and I had to give the refund. So this is a very simple mistake which you guys can avoid. Is that as soon as you guys start getting some traction, make sure you contact a private supplier and start fulfilling your orders to them. The biggest mistake I made when starting off my drop shipping was the fact not having the correct mindset. So this is a lot different to all the 4 previous mistakes I mentioned, because they were a lot to do with what happens on a day-to-day basis in drop shipping. But when it comes to basically mindset, that is, I would say, is the most important thing which you need to have in place when you start off with drop shipping. I got into the business model thinking that I can achieve success and I can basically become a millionaire within 60 days, using all those wrong gurus perception. So that's something which I truly struggled with for a bit at the start. The fact when I didn't see any results in the first 6 months, where I was constantly spending money on Facebook ads, but I was not getting much return. I wasn't getting much sales, and all the sales which I was getting were obviously unprofitable. So one thing which I want you guys to understand is that having the correct mindset, guys, you need to make sure that you treat dropshipping like a proper business model, because it's not a quick rich scheme as all the gurus displayed on all those YouTube ads. Dropshipping is a serious business model, and it takes time to actually build on it. These were the 5 mistakes which I made when I was first starting off with dropshipping, and these are the mistakes which you guys can avoid. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. I will be coming up with more such content, and if you guys did find this video to be of any bit useful, make sure to hit that like button. It helps me grow this YouTube channel and reach out to more like-minded people like you and me. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.